Time now is 6:02 p.m. 6:02 a.m. in the morning. I'm still not asleep. Holy shit. It's 6:03 actually. So, yeah, I completely did not expect Naja to take this long for sound. Every single time I underestimate how much how much time Naja takes. Like at around 4:12 a.m., she was like, "Oh, I'm working on the last couple of minutes." And then about half an hour ago, she's still working on the last couple of minutes. And then now she's exporting it, and that's taking a while. Um, but yeah, at least I'm completely done with the application. Like all the names, like director's bio, all that stuff. Yep, still no news. Still no news. Um, at least I'm completely done with all the end credits, subtitles, everything's done. Due date deadline is in 2 hours. I also need to go to bed, obviously, and wake up in 4 hours, probably. I need to wake up at 10 a.m., I think. 10:30 if I'm lenient. Yeah, fuck. And then tomorrow, technically tomorrow, more like 2 days later, I have the film shoot and I need to wake up ultra early for that. So yeah, this is fucked. I have no idea. Naja was like, "Oh, I can give you the sound at 2 a.m." And now it's 6 a.m. in the fucking morning. And I'm really hungry right now. So, time to suffer. It's 6:56 a.m. I finished a shower and I just finished brushing my teeth. It's stuck on this one screen. It's stuck. I'm gonna wait. It's okay. 1 day of not sleeping, 3 days of not sleeping, that's okay because I won't be able to sleep tomorrow anyways, because of my other film. Same for Sunday. But, yeah. Hopefully, please be done. It's 7 a.m. I'm dying. I'm actually dying of sleepiness. Please be done. Please, 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 please. All this for nothing. They're not even gonna nominate me. Okay, time now is 10:31 a.m. in the morning on January 24th. Yeah, I slept from 7:15 ish to 10:30. So I don't know why, but I didn't immediately fall asleep and I had a weird dream, and then at 8:30 my phone rang because there's moisture in the charging port. So that was infuriating. I just woke up a lot of times in general. I'm so tired. Also, the short film was done at like 6:20. The 2 soundtracks are finally uploaded. I immediately downloaded them, checked them a little bit, and then I just exported it. Yeah, but at least one big thing is down. I still have 2 more big things to go. The ABC web episode shoot and the fucking 290 shoot. So yeah, I'm so tired right now. I'm so tired. Fuck. When should I even leave my apartment? 10:50? I don't know. So we have a little situation. It's 12:18 p.m. 42 minutes before the office closes, and the fire safety, they are not responding to me. I fucking emailed them at 4 p.m. 4:17 p.m. yesterday, and it's been so many hours and they still hadn't responded to me. Fuck me in the clitoris. Fuck me in the clitoris. I also missed the bus. I had to walk here. I just went to the USC Village, waiting to print, but obviously I don't have the fucking time anymore. So right now I'm outside of the DPS office. Actually, this is where I get my 6th signature. I don't even have my 5th because they're not fucking reading their emails. I tried to dox them, it doesn't even fucking work. I went to Google and I searched USC fire safety contact, and I emailed 2 people who are in the administration of the fire safety office, and I can't email them because access denied, because they're special and I'm not. So I don't have my 5th fucking signature, and the office closes at 42 fucking minutes. Fuck me. Fuck. New deadline is 12:30. So if by 12:30 I still don't have the fire safety fucking signature, I'm going in. Well, with or without the signature, I'm going in. I'm not gonna print it. I'm gonna get the 6th signature. I'm gonna walk that direction, go back to SCA 3rd floor PPO office, have them print out the 4th and 5th, and then do the 7th signature, and then I'm fucking done. Fuck me, fire safety? Seriously? Okay, new plan. I'm going into the fire department directly. I don't know if that's the place to go, but I will fucking go anyways because I have no fucking choice. Fuck! Okay, never mind. I'm going back to the fucking DPS place because the fire department is non-existent, and that's the LA Fire Department. It has nothing to do with USC. The USC fire office is all the way on the east side of the campus. It takes me 20 minutes to get there. I'm not gonna go there 20 minutes and then another 20 minutes coming back. It's blasphemy. I can't do it. It's a fucking email. I called them 4 times. I found a phone number. I called them 4 times. None of the times worked. Is there no one in office right now? For fuck's sakes. Signature 6 acquired. 8 minutes left. Fuck.
我叫佢幫我整熱。
So it works. Bruh. Okay, time now is 6:59. I had my alarm set at 7 p.m, so thank God I woke up right before the alarm rings because I hate the sound of the alarm. So yeah, I just woke up. Kind of ish. From a very nice afternoon nap. I can't sleep too much because I need to reserve some sleep for tomorrow or for the night. But yeah, let's talk about today a little bit, and then I'll move on with my day. So yeah, I'm still really tired. I woke up and obviously I felt terrible. Yeah, sleeping on 2 hours of sleep is god awful. It sucks that I was about to fall asleep this morning and then my phone was like, nah. And did this dung dung warning. Wait, let's check my phone battery right now. 85%, not bad. Oh, it was like dung dung because of moisture being detected. But yeah, I woke up and I was like, okay, I don't have to go immediately, right? So I actually went later. I was gonna go to I was gonna take the 11:20 bus and arrive at around 11:30 so that I have about 1.5 hours to sort out the last three signatures. Obviously that didn't happen. I eventually aimed for the 11:50 bus, and the bus literally went right past my eyes, right in front of my eyes. Whoop, gone. So I was really really mad, and in the middle of the road at Normandy Jefferson, I just yelled, "No! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you!" I wasn't super loud. It was theater voice. It was like as if I was an actor on a stage. But yeah, so I had no choice but to walk. I had no sleep, and I had to walk. So I walked. Um, I walked to the USC Village, and I arrived outside a FedEx office at the seats beside of Dulce, and I just waited. And I just thought to myself, well, fuck. If I don't get signature 4, I can't get 6. If I can't get 6, I can't get 7. And the PPO office closes at 1 p.m. So I need to do all that before 1 p.m. So I waited and waited and waited and waited. I ate my cheesecake and then I waited, and I'm just like, well, fuck it. I'm gonna just directly go to the DPS office first and get signature 6 first, even though I didn't even complete signature 4. So hopefully, maybe I'll get the email saying that signature 4 is complete while I am on my way to get signature 6 right on time. But that did not happen, obviously. I arrived at DPS, outside of DPS office, and I'm like, well, fuck, I don't think I can do this. And then so I started freaking out. Of course, if everything goes really smoothly, something bad has to happen, and it's the fucking fire safety office. So I like Google searched who is in the fire safety department so I could directly email them. So found this random dude who is apparently fire safety office manager. I emailed him, didn't work. I emailed a captain, didn't work. Access denied. And then I thought about just going there directly, but turns out it's super far away. And then I can't do that. I wouldn't have the time. And then I thought about calling them, so I called them 6 times in a row, and that did nothing. So yeah, that's great. So I didn't know what to do. I'm like, fuck it. So I went back to DPS office, and very easily I got a DPS officer to sign. The DPS officer called another guy, is a white woman, and she called a big bald white guy. You know how it is, police officers. To come and sign. Actually, I don't even think he's bald. I don't know. He came and signed very easy. And then I asked them, oh, do you know about the fire safety office? And they're like, yeah, we don't know. Just keep contacting them. And you can't enter the office like physically because there's heavy security. I even emailed the electricity woman, like, by the way, do you know about the fire safety office? And she responded, and eventually I figured out my issue. And then I said, ignore the previous email. And then the electricity woman still replied to me afterwards and said, email them. 2 words. So I'm like, well, fuck. So it was about 12:45 ish, and the office closes at 1 p.m. I have to get to SCA now. So I went, and I arrived at like 12:50 something, and boom, Rachel's over there writing. Of course, Rachel is always the one doing the last, at the very end, at the last minute, getting permits and freaking out. She's filling in multiple forms. She doesn't know who to contact, what to write. And I'm just like, yeah. So I just told the counter, I'm like, yeah, I can't get the signature for the fire safety office. And it's the same black woman and it's the same white guy. And the black woman is clearly very pissed off and impatient today. But the white guy was really nice and funny. He's like, oh, is it because you entered the wrong email address? And I'm like, huh? And then he showed me on the piece of paper in the instructions very clearly. It tells me to email firesafety.filming@USC, not firesafety@USC. And I'm like, oh. So yeah, the whole time I sent the email to the wrong email address. That's the whole issue. It's not that the wait is long. It's not that they're not receiving my email. It's that I sent to the wrong place. And the white guy was like, okay, you'll email them and call them immediately. And then afterwards, we can immediately give you the red stamp, which is the final signature. And then you'll be good. So thankfully, they didn't leave the office at 1 p.m. sharp. They stayed behind a little bit because they know about this 290 situation, because everyone's struggling with this. So yeah, I was given a phone number of the captain, the chief captain fireman, and I called him. I was like, hey, I just sent an email, can you please check it? And he's like, yeah, sure. And then within minutes I got a response saying I approve. And then I gave them all to the black woman, and she helped me print out the emails. I don't even need to print them out myself. I was gonna go to FedEx this morning to print out the emails. I even have grabbed my laptop with me so that I could use snapping tool to screenshot the email, put them in a Word file, export in PDF, etc. Thank God I didn't do that. But yeah, it all worked out. I got all 7 signatures. 1:15, I'm out of there. I went to the little sitting area and I just chilled for a little bit. And I looked at my own short film that I submitted to the film festival this morning at 7 a.m. And wow, there's a tons of issues. They're all very minor, but like I missed a subtitle here. There's a spot that sounded fucked up for some reason. There are other spots that don't sound good at all. But there's not much I can do because sound is Naja, and Naja's already done her best. But yeah, it's definitely very rough still. But I hope it's okay. I hope. So this morning, I looked at Instagram, and Yang Yiqi, the organization, made an Instagram post saying, submissions are done, it's over. We have received 163 short films. And Quentin just came back. I actually saw Quentin this morning, which is intriguing. Yeah, I also ran into another person. I keep running into people. But yeah, thank God I didn't submit later than that. And I hoped all the other 162 short films are trash so that I would win the big prize of 5,000 USD. But to be realistic, I may not even get nominated. So yeah. But it would be nice if I could actually win some money. It would be really nice. But to be realistic again. But yeah, I waited for a while, and so the the 3 things that I'm worried about this week. The short film, I'm done. The 290, I'm kind of done. I'm done with the permits, which is the trickiest part anyways. The shoot itself is going to be fine. I'll wing it. Even if it rains, fuck it, I'll wing it. And then the other thing is the PD for ABCA web episode tomorrow. So I got a text saying, can you print out a Barcelona poster? And I'm like, is it necessary? It's not necessary, but the director wants it. And the thing is, it's too late. Tomorrow's the shoot. I can order on FedEx to print out a big poster size Barcelona thing, but it's not gonna work because the earliest I can get that poster is 11 a.m. tomorrow, which is already, the shoot has begun. So yeah, so I had to figure shit out. So yeah, Rachel's here, and Rachel's like, I'm super hungry, I need to go to the USC Village to, you know, buy a bunch of stuff and get food. So we went together. She drove me to the village, we parked there, and we lined up at Dulce, and I got a donut, she got a croissant and a matcha. I didn't even plan to get food, but I was super hungry. Especially when you're sleepy, you need calories to survive. And then we went separate ways. I went to FedEx to print stuff. She went to BOA. And the printing was smooth. And I finally figured out how to print tabloid-sized paper. So even though I couldn't order a poster-sized paper, but I could print something out on a big piece of paper still. Yeah, I also whipped out my laptop and quickly made a giant PDF. So that everything worked out. And I went to Target together with Rachel. I bought a red lipstick for a prop. And then she started going off and on and on and on about makeup. And honestly, I've lost my sanity. I started making weird noises, talking about weird shit. And she just rolls with it. She just rolls with it. She doesn't care. And I like that. You know, if I do get into a romantic relationship, I wish my other one would, you know, roll with my insanity. And she goes on and on and on about makeup and, like, whatever, and I have no idea what the fuck she's saying, and I don't care. Then I went to Amazon place to pick up some props, and then that's it. And then she drove me home, and she's struggling with figuring out what to do for the 290 exercise. I've already figured that shit out. Let's not take it too seriously. And then I went back to sleep, and holy shit, my legs are actually cracking apart. I showered, and it hurts. And I applied lotion on my thighs and my calves and my feet, and it's red. It's cracking up, and it's like there's inflammation. Like it's so dry. My skin is so dry. It's getting inflamed. Like it looks like hives, or not hives, but like it looks like mosquito bites. But it's actually intense dryness. God, that shit is so crazy, and it hurts. I'm not wearing those pants again. I think those pants make my skin dry. I don't know how it works, but the cloth is a disincanter. It sucks you dry. So my legs are hurting so much. But yeah, not gonna go outside tonight anymore. Tomorrow's a shoot. Apparently Sunday night Sub Club may cancel because of the rain, which I hope doesn't happen. Yeah. Fuck. Oh well. Um, but yeah, I'm good. After tomorrow, after this Sunday, I'm done with the whole thing, and I could rest. I could wake up a little late on Monday. Okay, time now is 11:17. It's late and I'm ultra tired and my whole body is hurting. Yeah, I this feels like final exam period. I just saw that I have a dirty plate here. This feels like final exam period where I'm just super tired and I'm constantly doing something. And then once I'm done with an exam, I'm just like sitting here like thank God that one thing is down. Um oh my God. I don't know why am I pulling myself through this? I really don't. But yeah, I don't really have much to add. I need to wake up hella early tomorrow morning, probably at 8 a.m. in the morning. So I'm gonna see if I can go to bed at 3:30 tonight, if that's even possible. Um, yeah, hopefully tomorrow's chill. I saw the call sheet and I basically don't know anyone other than Katie. And I've briefly met the other producer, Jaden Wu, and then I've briefly met and talked to the DP and the director over the phone. But yeah, Katie's pretty much the only person I know. So that's gonna be a thing. And Katie's not gonna be there the whole time, so yeah. You know it's crazy when Katie is the closest person you know on that set. Maybe it's I don't know. So yeah, hopefully I pull through. Hopefully it's enjoyable. Hopefully it's chill. And I will not be wearing those pants anymore. These pants are they're killer. They're actually killing pants. Like I feel like wearing these pants actually hurt my legs. Like I don't know if I should show you my legs because it's kind of grotesque, but I've never been so dry where my skin like flakes, like bubbles up, and it actually hurts. It's like an allergic reaction, but it really isn't. It's just extreme intense dryness. Also, I just watched my own short film, the one I submitted last night with earphones on, and holy shit, I hear so many more sound problems. And also like missing subtitles, scene transition, like a dissolve that I forgot to add, and like another slip up where I hear the original like the temp music, like MF Doom's Doomsday a little bit before the original score comes on because Naja didn't remove the temp music. So the whole thing is a fucking mess and I feel bad now because I didn't submit the best work possible to the film festival. So yeah. Um but yeah, I'm gonna be submitting this film to more festivals, hopefully more Hong Kong related festivals. I really want to make a name for myself, at least in the Hong Kong scene. Like in the American scene, I'm actually less concerned about that simply because um, I already have connections, kinda. I already have a way, but in the Hong Kong film scene, I'm more desperate, you know. I'm not that hungry, honestly, but I'm gonna have to have dinner now. Maybe I should make dinner and then eat it here while I watch anime, so that I could at least finish Dungeon Meshi tonight. Yeah. Um. Yeah, I don't have anything else. Maisie made an Instagram story and Giant reposted it saying ISO looking for art PAs, whatever. I'm thinking of asking her. Thinking of doing that actually. I have some thoughts, and I'm thinking of grabbing Christian too, because if Christian R is doing his LMU thing and he needs Maisie, then like we should all just help each other out and form a friendship, you know? Yeah. So there's that. We should totally do that. Um, what else? Yeah, I don't have much else to say on my mind. My memory's really bad. Like, I would think of doing something, I would open my laptop, or like I would open a page, like a Excel, like a Word file or whatever, and then 2 minutes later, I'm like, why did I do that? Like when you don't have enough sleep, you just tend to do that. Yeah, right now, it doesn't seem like I'm tired, but I am actually like on the brink of death. So yeah, it's gonna be great. But I think all the props are like done. Like I think I have all the props. I can bring some dirty clothes or whatever over and just plop them on the ground, easy peasy. But like I don't really have much else to set up to do other than props. So yeah, even though tomorrow's PD is like the most PD work I've done, in the 3 times I've PD'd, tomorrow is the most, but at the same time it's actually not that much, cause it's just gathering props. Like I don't have to build anything. But yeah, I think it's good. It's a good logical progression. My first PD is resetting a bowl of cereal, literally the most basic thing ever. My second PD is printing out posters. My third PD is actually buying things on Amazon, gathering props, returning them, etc. And then maybe the next thing I'm doing is to actually draw or build something, like something simple. Use joint compound, learn to mix paint by myself, all by myself. Like, maybe that's the next level. Um, yeah, I don't know about Jiayun. It's like I don't know why. I feel like I do this all the time, and that is like I meet a girl, and I feel like maybe we could be closer. Doesn't have to be romantic. It could be friendship too. And I would start fantasizing like, oh, maybe I and Jiayun we would like I don't know watch a movie together or because today I and Rachel we went around USC Village and it's fun. Somehow it's fun because it's I just bullshit and talk about random shit, and she ignores me, and she talks about her own thing, and we're like idiots. Um, and I'm like, if Giant's here, I would probably do that too. But like, if Giant's here, I would be like scared. Like, what if I'm saying wrong? What if I don't? What if I, like, what if this? What if that? But I don't know. I just think. I hope I meet someone truly interesting that isn't Jiayun, you know? I really do. Um, yeah, dinner time, bitches. Time now is 8:06 a.m. in the morning on January 25th. Fuck. I slept from 4:30 to 8 a.m. ish. I didn't immediately fall asleep, but I did eventually. And here I am, dying part 2. Today and yesterday combined is not enough sleep for me. Oh, fuck. I'm gonna die. Oh my god. But yeah, I'm done with the props, most of them. But if I don't have the prop, then we'll make do. It's fucking APC anyways. It's not that important. But yeah, I have the props in 2 bags. And yeah, I'm halfway done with laundry. I have clothes in the drying machine now, actually. I'm so tired. Uh, um, I'm so tired. A new Blu-ray is coming, so that's cool. I also got tickets to Mulholland Drive, actually, last night right before bed, on Sunday afternoon. at the Egyptian. I've seen the film, but I want to see it on a big screen. So I was like, fuck it. So hopefully Justin T finds out before it gets sold out again. What else? I talked to Maisie yesterday a little bit. Maisie told me her project is like at the end of the semester, but she wants to start working on it next week. It's like a virtual LED production, and I was like, cool. Yeah. Xiayun and a few other random people went to see Anora again with Sean Baker Q&A. That's what prompted me to check out what's going on at the Aero Theater in American Cinematheque. Yeah, okay.
So strictly whenever they're like writing down what whichever takes the class, you'll also take the file and the sequence for that too. So they gotta run through like 13 miles of copy of
The other actors, are they not here? Or is their content like,
He's not at home center.
yeah. And you got a lot of equipment shit to do too, so you have to be free.
We'll try not to get you guys a fine.
Yeah, well, we're trying to be as careful as possible.
You're good. Blue tape should not be an issue at all. That's the.
Yeah.
Trying to. You still need the points. Oh no, you're good.
Yeah, I would appreciate it.
Okay.
Okay.
Continuity. The primary cover is gonna be a different shot. This is just like an opening, just action.
Yeah.
Were you guys able to see the door? Because it has their names and stuff on it, so do you want to keep it?
1A, take 2, tail. Action.
All done.
Tail.
Take one. Mark.
Alright. Let me know when you're set. Action.
All done. That quick? I still haven't gone through my stuff from Brazil. Comparison is the thief of joy.
Let me double check to make sure Kenny can go and then we can break for lunch.
Let's go.
Can I see Chavez?
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Just
You can throw it away.
oh my god.
Actors, you ready?
Yep.
Alright. Hold on. Let me turn the light on. And then just remember to flip the switch when you're ready.
Oh my god, it's so dark in here.
Okay, ready?
Shit. Okay.
Milan, hopefully you can see the light switch.
Alright,
Alright, ready?
rolling.
Rolling.
Tony, is my phone flashlight appearing?
No.
Okay, I'll just leave this for her. Alright. Action!
Oh fuck.
You're good. Action. Hey, XB, take 1, tail. Okay.
Let's set up. You said
Y'all are good.
coming in?
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a wrap on April and June.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, one more and we're done. One
Oh,
more
one
shot,
more.
we're done.
One more.
This is where we will need.
Okay, time now is 10:25 p.m. I'm back, and it's raining right now. Quite heavily, in fact, which is crazy. I didn't know. Yeah, this is very very loud and very sudden. I was having dinner. I just finished dinner, not raining, and then I come up here and now it's raining, and it's also getting really cold. Really crazy weather swing between yesterday and today. So anyways, let's talk about today's film set. Obviously I slept for 3.5 hours, which is bad. I woke up and I felt terrible. It's not the first time I barely sleep 3 days in a row, but yeah, it's terrible. It's a terrible feeling. My threshold is 4 hours, so anything less than that, I'm just automatically dead inside. So right now, I'm actually really dead inside. But yeah, I woke up and I left my bed at around 8:12 a.m. And then I was like, oh yeah, the producer is supposed to pick me up at like 8:17, so I have 5 minutes to change up and everything. So I brushed my teeth and I gathered all my props. I didn't even drink any water. I just left. I grabbed a cookie, like a raisin and oatmeal cookie, and I grabbed my water bottle, filled up with some water, and then I just left. And I grabbed 2 bags of the props, and I'm gone. And yeah, the producer's car is the only car today with everything. All the camera, equipment, and now my props. And then we eventually arrived at McCarthy, which is a dorm building that I've never been inside. It is in the USC Village, and we entered it, and a lot of people came. And yesterday I mentioned that Katie might be the only person I know from the crew. Katie didn't even show up today because the short film Katie directed a while back is premiering on a big screen, and she had to be there. Same with Christian R, so they were there. So literally, as far as the crew goes, I know 0 people. So that's that. But the actors, I know 2 of them, Yuki and Kaylin, whom I've already met in Imperfect Us. So it was nice seeing them again. But yeah, I grabbed my 2 bag of props. I'm impressed that I'm able to stuff all my props into 2 bags. I'm honestly impressed because it seems like a lot. But yeah, I have dirty clothes, I have table lamps, I have this, I have that. And yeah. Anyways, we arrived at one of the rooms, and it's an entire room lived in by girls. And it's interesting. Like, you enter the room, it's like a hotel where there are hallways and there are multiple floors. You're in a hallway and then you enter a room, but the room has multiple sub-rooms, and each sub-room has their own lock. So the room has a lock and the sub-room has a lock. In fact, I think there are 5 sub-rooms and 2 shared bathrooms outside of the 5 sub-rooms. So we filmed in one of the sub-rooms, which is a bedroom about the size of this, but maybe 2/3 more than this, if you know what I mean. This, but times 1.5, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say. 2/3? 3 second. Yeah. 3/2 of this is what I'm trying to say. 150% of this. Actually maybe even more. But yeah, we went into this room and I drank a little water and I began setting up. I haven't even had breakfast. I'm starving. So yeah, it's my 3rd time doing PD and also the most complicated so far. And first and foremost, at first I was worried that I don't have enough PD, but nope, this is a dorm room lived in by 2 girls. In the story, this is a dorm room lived in by 2 girls. And everything's already set. There are tons of photos, string lights, nice decoration, trinkets. Like, those things are already there. I actually don't have to PD all that much. But of course I have to take down all the photos and I have to cover a photo board, a collage board of photos with a giant other wallpaper thing, which was very messy. And then I put up my own posters. I put up the Inland Empire and the Sans Soleil poster, but the camera probably didn't even see it, unfortunately. I got the postcards, I start sticking them up. Hilariously, these girls, they use paper tape too, which is funny because I don't think they're filming. Man, hiccups are rare these days. My entire room smells like chicken right now. Yeah, they use paper tape. So they have a paper. Oh, wait, I forgot to mention that in the morning, I asked the DP or the director, do you guys have paper tape? And they're like, no. Bro, the whole crew does not have paper tape. So, out of the blue, Mitchell and another girl walked past us outside. We were inside the building. He was outside. And Tony, the guy who's the DP, was like, oh, is that Mitch? And I turn around and I'm like, oh my god, it's him. So I opened the door and I said hi to him. And he immediately saw me. He's like, hey, is this the shoot? And I'm like, yeah. And then I was like, by any chance do you have paper tape? And he's like, yeah. So he just gave me a roll of paper tape. So that's it. It's almost finished. And he's like, yeah, you can use it all. So now I don't need to worry about it. But at some point, the producer and the director was going to ask me to go to Target to buy tape. But the thing is, Target doesn't even sell tape, I think. So, problem solved. I stuck a lot of stuff up. And then I put out the lamps, the table lamps. All 4 of them. And it was nice. And then they do their thing. The funny thing is that these girls, their decorum is so cliche. You'd think I'm in some sort of TV show set, because you get these motivational signs like, love yourself, you are in control of your feelings, you are valid, and then you have these like photos, like a printed photo of a girl and another friend in bikini at a beach. And it's just stuck on the wall. And then there's a photo of Taylor Swift singing. I thought those things only happen in movies, where a college student would stick a photo of their favorite singer onto the wall. Like, I don't do that because that's so pointless. But apparently people actually do that, which is so funny. So I don't know. It's very funny and weird. And this is a very poorly managed set. The producer, he's even younger than me by a year, but I couldn't tell because he has facial hair. This Indian guy named Ahan, and he has no idea what the fuck's going on. And we don't have a green room. There's a small couch outside and like a couple of chairs, so people just sat there and sat on the ground. We don't have a place to put down Crafty, so we literally put it beside the the toilet sink. There's no kitchen in that place, by the way. We put it beside the toilet sink, and there's a little charger, there's a little socket, so people start charging batteries there, which is fucking insane, right beside the sink. And of course lunch is pizza. Because of course. So, yeah, not great in terms of management. But yeah, after I set things up, I'm pretty much done. Like, I was there beside the camera for some scenes, but 60% of the time I'm just doing my own thing, chatting with other people, sleeping on the couch. Yes, I took naps, and yes, I did fall asleep. And yes, it was cozy. I was in my death grip sweater, and it was soft, and I just fell asleep. I didn't even use my barn owl plushie. I'm gonna return that. I didn't use that plushie at all because um, the owner of that room already had tons of plushies, another owl plushie, and that owl plushie looks even more horrifying than mine. So we just ended up using that. But I was surprisingly well prepared. Like, of course, there are bumps on the road. Like, at some point, they're like, "Oh, we don't have this," and I'm like, "Okay, let me figure something out." Like, there's this thing where apparently one of the characters, played by Kaylin, has to take out a photo and then tear it apart, but we don't have that printed photo, so the producer ended up asking Daisy, who is the head writer of APCA, to draw an image. But the thing is, the image doesn't match with the photo at all, and it doesn't make sense as a story. Because Kaylin's character is in love with this white woman, and at first it's like a photo of them two taking a photo together, and then at the end of the episode, she tears it in half, like it's time for revenge. But the drawing Daisy drew is just revenge, and it doesn't make sense to tear it in half, because then that means the revenge plan is cancelled. So yeah, so I had to like immediately draw like a lovey-dovey drawing in like half a minute, and I did it. It's not great, but it will do. Who cares? It's APCA. Who cares? And then yeah, a bunch of people, and me included, placed a bunch of posters onto the couch, like posters that the owners of the room had, and people started sitting on it, and they got fucked. And I started telling people, like, yeah, they got fucked. So yeah, anyways, it's great. I get to chat with Kaylin and Yuki a lot, especially Kaylin. We just talk a lot, joke around a lot. It's really nice. And then Vivian, who is this half Japanese. Turns out she's not even half Japanese. She's a quarter Japanese and a quarter Chinese and half white. Turns out she's only 18. I was expecting her to be 25 or something. Turns out she's 18 only. And she's actually really, like, fun. So that's that. But yeah, I socialized with everyone. Jacob, the Chinese guy with mushroom hair, is here. So I socialized with him. There's this PA called Logan, and he's this really jumpy ADHD ultra extrovert. He keeps making jokes, he keeps singing, he keeps grabbing everyone's attention. Yeah. But it's fine. I got along with everyone. I fell asleep. The first AD is the Chinese Korean boy whom I met last Saturday, which felt like ages ago. And he's not being the first AD at all. He's constantly asleep, and like about 70% through the shoot, he just left. So he did nothing basically. So that's kind of funny. The director and DP are fine. Obviously, the shots are not well lit. They do not look that good. And the directing is meh. It's serviceable. It's whatever. It sucks there are no wide shots. Every single shot is like a medium or a close-up. There are like no wide shots for some reason, so we never really see the whole room at all. Which is different. If I'm the director, I would have nothing but wide shots. Like, come on. So yeah, goes to show how quirky I am, perhaps. But yeah, it's aside from that, not much else to this set. Not much I can recall, anyways. Everyone just kind of got along, and nothing else, I guess. yeah, last night I found out that, and by then it was like 4 a.m. I found out that Mulholland Drive is playing on February 9th, Sunday, and I was like, holy shit, because the tickets are still selling. So I immediately sent it to Justin T, hoping that he would get the tickets in time. I'm more worried for him than for me because I've seen Mulholland Drive already. And thank God Justin T somehow woke up at 8 a.m. and he got the tickets. So, hell yeah. And it's great because I want to see it on the big screen too. I've seen it, but I need to see it on a big screen. It's a masterpiece that deserves to be seen on a big screen. And then not much else. We wrapped early. Yeah, we wrapped at around 5 p.m. And the owner of the room got really impatient. She's like, okay, can you just move these stuff out? The walkway is really congested and like it smells because there's pizza and everything's messy. And at the very, very, very end of the day, after we wrap, everyone's like, okay, let's grab everything and leave. But I'm PD. I can't just do that. I have to put everything back in its right place. And I realized for the first time, I'm solely responsible for returning the set to its original state. So the producer's like, do you need help? And I'm like, yes! So everyone's like grabbing their cameras and they're leaving super fast. I have tons of posters which are already fucked up and already in a messy state, and I have photos of how the room looked before, and I just started taping them back up, etc., etc. And then a couple other people helped me, but at some point everyone just left. I saw the director or whoever grabbed my diagonal bag and my jacket and everything and just walked away. And he's like, yeah, just leave the posters here. They want us out. So I'm like, oh, fine. But even so, I still have lamps. I haven't finished packing them. I still have the calendar. I still have postcards. So literally on the ground outside of the room, I was still packing because PD takes time. PD takes time pre-production. PD takes time post-production. As in terms of like building and striking. So yeah, I'm freaking striking. Let me strike the set. I'm not striking light, striking set. So yeah. But yeah, at the end it was nice, and yeah, I texted the girl Tina, whom I'm in the same trio with for 290, and she's like, yeah, just text me whenever at West 27th Place. So Ahan drove me there, and she's there, and she gave me the tripod and the camera case, which is downstairs right now, so I'm going to use that tomorrow. I'm not even going to open the camera case, by the way. I'll charge the batteries, but I won't open it. What I'll do, in fact, is I'll use my own camera, so I'll have to clear up some stuff on my storage space, and I'll charge my camera instead. And also, if it rains tomorrow, which it will, my camera should take the risk more than the school's camera, let's be honest here. But yeah, I don't have much else to talk about. Other than tomorrow, I'm waking up hella early. I'm seeing Kaylin again. I'm seeing Glenn again. Glenn lost his voice, and I'm like, no worries. It's no dialogue. And we'll be chugging along. We'll be chugging and mugging along. It's going to be easy. I've directed many times before. This is going to be easy peasy, crispy lipsy for me. The only thing that's an issue is that it's going to rain, so I hope it doesn't rain. If it does, I'll put some plastic wrap over my camera, I guess. But yeah, I don't have much else to say truly. I'm running out of food again for some reason, so tomorrow I may go to Trader Joe's. Again, if it rains, then fuck you, so I hope it doesn't. And yeah. More about Jiayun maybe. The more I think, the more I really think that it's not worth it. Jiayun went to see Anora again with Sean Baker Q&A, and turns out a bunch of her friends were also there, including Maisie, and this other very talented white girl, Ella Janes. And I'm just thinking, like, I never fell for Jiayun because she opened herself up to be fallen, or like when I talked to her in the party and then I found her again in the 310 screening. She's like, sit beside me, let's chat, let's have a phone call. She's very easy, and then suddenly she's just gone. So I think she does this to literally every boy she meets. Also, I never fell for her. Like, I was never really the one being aggressive until maybe a couple weeks ago and last week, when I was like, maybe I should ask her to hang out. I asked to hang out with her. But I realize it's a lost cause. Like, also I'm low-key pissed at her, as in, she promised to have breakfast with me, she promised to hang out with me, and that didn't happen. And she was like, okay, then let's do it back in LA, and then she never had a follow-up. And I know I'm the bigger person here, I'm literally 3 years older than her, so it's embarrassing that I'm like, why aren't you, but like, come on, it should be reciprocal. But yeah, truth be told, she's not that interesting anyways, and her taste in music, her taste in films, the way she talks, oh, no, stop it, wait, that is fire, like that kind of speak is just such a turn off. Like, at least Leslie was fully Chinese. And Jiayun is born in China, but doesn't mean jack shit if she's so heavily Americanized. Like, at least Leslie was Chinese, you know? So, yeah, it's really not worth it. But it's a shame. And, you know, I'm a little angry, but not in a hateful way, just in a disappointed way. Like, you know, empty promises. So, the Sans Soleil poster that I used today for the film set is a reference to her. And I hope she finds out about it and gets confused. Why is he doing this, but he's not talking to me, but he's doing this? Well, it's your fault that I'm not talking to you, because you're not talking to me. So it's whatever. Like, even at least Leslie liked my Instagram stories constantly and actually talked to me. Like, and it's in the height of my and Leslie's relationship. We talk like once every 2 days. You know? Yeah, Jiayun seems friendlier, but at that moment, Leslie was even friendlier to me. So yeah, it goes on. It goes on. My dream of spending spring break with a romantic partner is not happening for the 4th time in a row, but it's okay. I don't care anymore. I just want my short film to be done, really. Yeah, I actually have a lot to do, like video essays, my round 5 video. I've been editing that shit for weeks. And then only afterwards, I can start editing other vlogs. And then only afterwards, I can start doing the HKOS Film Festival stuff and the Film 33 doc. When ends and means premiere, I am going to terrorize like a fucking bitch. I'm gonna be in full emo costume. I'll bring garlic. I'll bring cloves of garlic with me. I'll go full on psycho mode. Really, I'll go full on psycho. Okay, final note. Mundane History screening tomorrow night, postponed. Yeah, so tomorrow after the shoot, I go home, done deal. And then I'll go outside for Trader Joe's, go home, done deal. It's whatevs. Yeah. Okay, time now is 9:50 a.m. in the morning on January 26th. Yeah. I went to bed at 3:50. Actually, like at around maybe 1:30 a.m., I fell asleep on my seat and I straight up slept for 2 hours. And then at 2 a.m., I suddenly woke up and I'm like, fuck. I made myself an orange and I did some camera stuff and then that's it. But yeah, I finally slept earlier than 4 a.m. But even so, I couldn't fall asleep immediately. I don't know why. But yeah, at least today I've definitely slept more than yesterday and the 2 days ago. And hopefully I'll be sleeping more and more from this day onwards. Yeah, so today I'm filming my 290 exercise with Kaylin and Glenn, which I'm not that stressed over about because I've directed so many times. This is nothing. Yeah, and then afterwards I'll go home. And then after 6 p.m. I'll go out again to get food from Trader Joe's or Ralph's, and then that's it. And then that's it for today. I'm so sleepy and I'm so tired, and I have a lot to do, like video essays and stuff. So, gonna do that. Also, this film I've been trying to watch for like a whole week, Flavor of Green Tea Over Rice. I still haven't seen it because I keep falling asleep or I keep running out of time, so I gotta see it today. But yeah. Had a lot of dreams, but I remembered none of them. Yeah, that's it. Holy shit.
Bro, we were doing falls the other day, Treasure Stunt Team, and like my back's
Gonna keep.
Pick it up. There's like a wallet in there. He pick it up. And then there's a note inside. And it says meet me at, let's say, room 301 in here, right?
Okay, time now is 5:47. I literally almost fell asleep on my chair right now. I can't do this anymore. I'm so sleepy. It's honestly, I'm going insane. So, yeah. I need to keep walking. If I don't, I'll fall asleep. But I'm too tired. So, yeah, oh my god. I woke up and I went back to sleep for about 15 more minutes, and those 15 minutes felt like 3 seconds. And then I left the bed and I changed my clothes and I went off to my set. And holy shit, it was raining dogs and cats. It was raining dog shit and cat shit. It was raining like shit. It was raining so bad. And I'm like, fine, you know. I had my Crocs on. I wasn't wearing sports shoes, thank God. I knew it was gonna rain, so I had my Crocs on. And I had an umbrella with me, but even so, it was really tough because I had my diagonal bag, my camera bag, the camera case provided by the school, and the tripod. So I had 4 things carrying with me. They're super heavy, plus a phone and a wallet, and plus an umbrella. And it was so much. There's a bus that's coming, but I was gonna miss it. And I was already really slowed by the rain and all the stuff that's on me. And I thought to myself, even if I somehow get onto the bus, I'll have to put down all of this shit. And then when the bus arrives at the bus stop, I'll put on all of this shit. And I'll somehow walk across the entire campus just to get to the School of Law, which is where I'm filming. So I'm like, you know what, fuck it. I'm just gonna call a Lyft. So I called a Lyft, and I waited and waited and waited. The Lyft got canceled. It went for another driver, and I waited and waited and waited, and finally someone came, and boom, and it's $10 fucking. I'm going to school, and I spent $10 going to school. So yeah. I arrived, and I painfully carried all my stuff to the Gold School of Law. By then, the rain kind of slowed down a little bit. And then I waited for a little bit, and Kaylin and her friend and Glenn, they were already there, but they're not at the main entrance. So they showed up. Kaylin showed up, and her friend showed up. Her friend's name is Ashley, and also Asian American as expected. Chinese American. And then, or Chinese Canadian, fun fact, actually. And then Glenn showed up, and then boom, we have the whole crew. It's just 4 people. This is already more people than day 1 of Love and Death, by the way. Day 1 of Love and Death is 3 people. So yeah, cool. And miraculously the raining stopped. So that was so good, the fact that the rain stopped, because I have no idea how am I going to deal with rain while trying to film at the same time. So thank God the rain stopped, and without further ado, we began acting. And it's my 9th time directing. Sorta. It's I've directed many times, so for me it's very easy. Like, I'm not that nervous about it. And also it helps that I know both Kaylin and Glenn, and they both got along really well, as expected, because they're both from SDA, but Kaylin's a freshman and Glenn is a senior, so there's a lot of wisdom, going from Glenn to Kaylin. And Kaylin's friend Ashley, also a freshman, and she's in communications, but she's interested in minoring in cinematic arts. And so, a lot of communication, and I just told them, do this, do that, and they did their thing, and it worked. It just worked. First shot literally took 2 takes, and we're done. We're out of there. So the shoot is supposed to start at 11, but really we didn't start the first shot until 11:15. But I wasn't that worried about it because it's only 8 shots. So we filmed the first shot. It's a wide shot. It looked good, and it just works. Very simple. Second shot, it's on sticks, and my thumb is fucked, by the way. Like, last Wednesday, I already fucked up my thumb, but now it's fucked up even more because of the tripod, because of using force. And Ashley, I was scared that she's not going to be able to help, but she actually helped a lot. Just moving tripod, and whenever I change my lens, I asked her to help out. Just hold the lens for me as I change the lens with my camera, even though I can change it myself, and in theory I should, but she's doing it for me. And then and then we go shot after shot. We got room tone, we got some sound effects, because of course I'm very, very particular about sound now, especially after Objects in Mirror and The World's Not Enough. I really, really don't want to have bad sound. So yeah, the shots, they look fine, they look good. I think I picked a very interesting spot in the campus. And Glenn and Kaylin actually, they've never been to this spot. They're like, where the hell is this? And I'm like, I know, right? This is only my third time being in this place. But yeah, this is really interesting. This is a really fascinating spot. So, yeah. I like that. I like making short films and then doing the location scouting first before making the short film, so that a huge part of what makes short film so interesting is its location. I thought is really cool because I really think locations are very important. And people are like, oh, but sometimes the story makes up for the location. Like, sometimes the location is boring, but there's good story. That's not how filmmaking works. It's not, I mean, that is, but also isn't. Like, if your location is boring, your location is boring. Simple as that. No matter how good your story is, it's not going to change how the film looks. If my concern is how the film looks, then it's very much about the location, the set dressing, you know. Storytelling is one thing, visuals is another thing. It's separate, you know. It's not like a film can look really good, so I forgive it for having a bad story. Like, no. If a film has a bad story but it looks good, it has a bad story and it looks good. Same way the other way around. Anyways, I digress. We filmed the fourth shot, fifth shot, and then we did a company move from the little bench at the Douterive Hall, second floor, to the Gold School of Law, the exact same spot where Thomas and I filmed the first scene for his very bad short film. So a little full circle moment there. And we filmed it. We took a rest because I'm a very fast filmmaker. I think the only shot that took a long time was the third shot where Kaylin picks up a wallet and the camera zooms out to reveal Glenn is hiding behind a bush. That took a little coordination and timing, but we nailed it in 4 takes, honestly. And then, yeah, and then the final shot was actually quite difficult, but we nailed it in like 3 takes. Essentially what happened is, it was a final shot, Glenn picks up his wallet, and the camera zooms out, and it's Kaylin behind a pillar, laughing and staring into the camera. But the thing is, I don't have first AC, so I cannot focus from Glenn to Kaylin. Kaylin's very far into the foreground. Glenn is very far back. So the focus is changed. The other thing is, because of the lighting, Glenn is super bright outside and Kaylin's very dark because she's behind a pillar and underneath a shade. So I had to rack focus and rack exposure at the same time. So thankfully I don't need to rack focus. If the focus mode is wide, it automatically searches for the closest thing to the camera. Or at least that's my theory. So I did that, and then I racked exposure, and then boom, I nailed it. So I think it's fine. And I also when I rack exposure, there's a clicking sound, but I also recorded room tone, so that's going to solve a lot of issues. So yeah, we finished filming and we spent some time just chatting, really. Ultimately, filmmaking is socializing, so we just chatted. And Ashley, apparently she's from Hong Kong, and I got scared. I'm like, what? But she doesn't speak Cantonese, but she's from Hong Kong. Apparently, she's born in Canada, she was raised a little bit in Shanghai, and then she spent a lot of time in Hong Kong, and but her last name is Li, Li, which is not Cantonese, so her parents are just Shanghainese, and then she moved to the US. Ouch, my fingers. So dry. I'm gonna add lotion later. Yeah, I have one right there. But yeah. And I told her I'm minoring in religion. And she's like, oh, that's so interesting. I actually want to do religion too. And I'm like, what? So her parents are Christian, but she's not. And she finds Christianity questionable, but she's interested in it. And I told her, yeah, I'm atheist, or I'm agnostic, but I find Christianity interesting. you know, because I was raised Christian, and then I came into contact with a bunch of Buddhist temples, and I thought it's really cool. And like I talk about cults, and she's like, "Oh, they're so interesting." So you know, that's cool. So we exchanged IGs and everything, and then we left. I texted Audrey S, the girl who's gonna come after me, and she decided to come over to the School of Law to pick up the tripod and the camera gear. So she showed up, she grabbed them, like I handed it over to her, and then she just walked away. Which is so funny, so fast, so urgent. But yeah, and then we just left, and then I and Glenn, we walked, and then we talked, and Glenn was like, "How's it going? What are your plans for Lunar New Year?" And I'm like, "I don't have a lot of plans." And neither does Glenn, surprisingly. I thought Glenn would have like 10,000 friends waiting to hang out with him, but I guess not. And then we talked about imposter syndrome suddenly. I was like, oh yeah, like before the new semester started, I was freaking out because because like this guy is doing a lot, that girl is doing a lot. Like I and Kaylin were talking, and we're talking about famous Asians in film, in USC film. And really there are 3 famous Asians: Mitchell, Katie, and Rocky. Everyone knows them. I don't know why. So yeah. And then yeah. And then how does Kaylin even know Rocky? Is someone downstairs messing with my pots? I hope not. Okay, and then I left, and I was gonna wait for the bus, and then Rachel started DMing me saying that she has weird camera settings issues, so I'm like, do you want my help? So I decided to go back to campus. I went to SCA. I thought that there would be tons of people filming in SCA, but turns out there's not a lot of people. It's very quiet. I went to the 2nd floor, and I saw Rachel and 2 other guys who are both Persian, and they're the actors for Rachel Short, and Rachel's not like struggling with the camera, and I'm just like, yeah, who cares? And then turns out my settings were wrong too. Like I was supposed to film in 148 shutter speed, but I filmed in 130, and my frame rate is, I filmed in 160, and my frame rate is 30, which is not good, but who cares? And then, yeah, and then Audrey S showed up again and walked past us. She hasn't filmed her thing. And then the elevator opened. So we were on the 2nd floor of SCA. The elevator opened, and Avi Chai steps out of there. Avi Chai, the Israeli guy. And he's like, oh, hey. He immediately recognized me, and it's crazy because it's been a while since I've seen him. Last I saw him was May, when I graduated, quote unquote. So it's really crazy I'm seeing him here, and he's like, hey, how are you doing? And we just started talking, and we spent some good time talking. Talked about like school, like how's it going, and he's like, yeah, USC is overwhelming. We talked about classes, and he's like, it's really interesting because now I feel like a veteran after being in SCA for a year. I'm like, yeah, you know, take this class, take that class, you know, whatever. And then he's like, oh yeah, there's one more thing I would like to ask you, and that is, I saw your Instagram story about No Other Land. So No Other Land is a documentary about Israel's oppression of Palestinians in the West Bank. And it's a bit awkward because Avichai is from Israel. And I'm like, yeah. And Avichai is like, oh, I know I may have a connection with some of the filmmakers of that documentary. Do you know how I could screen the documentary here at USC? And I gave him an email address of Alice Ago, the movie screening guy in USC, and I'm like, just email him, you know, and he probably has something to say. And then he's like, oh, by the way, if you want to watch, I have the link to the Google Drive or something for the documentary. I'm like, sure, I'll let you know. apparently No Other Land also played in Los Feliz a while back. But yeah, it's a little awkward because Avichai is like, oh, it's a good thing that No Other Land is a co-production between Israel and Palestine, because it's not, it focuses on both sides, and it's not just about Palestine. It's also got the Israel perspective, which is, of course, critical of the government, but, still. And I'm like, yeah. But truth be told, man, if I politically disagree with someone, I'll just say it out loud. To be honest, I and Thomas have a lot of political disagreements. Like, he's a conservative, right? And very obviously, I hate conservatives. And I hate the Chinese government, and I'm sure out of the hundreds of Chinese people I've met, some of them are probably hardcore China lovers, like Chinese government lovers. So there are bound to be political disagreements, and yeah. But anyways, that's cool and all. I accompanied Rachel and filmed another shot, and then I'm like, I need to go home because I'm really hungry and tired and cold. So I came home, took a shower, and that's that. Now, I'm going to go outside again. If it doesn't rain too much, I'll go outside again to Trader Joe's. Christian R is asking if I could return his lamp and calendar. I can do it tonight, I can do it tomorrow, it's whatever. But yeah, definitely going to Trader Joe's. I'm gonna get that butternut squash. Butter squash. Ravioli. Butternuts. And yeah, I'm such a huge relief, man. The 3 big things that I have to deal with this week are all done. They're all over. They're done. The 290, the APCA, the short film. All done. So, yeah. I don't really have a lot else to add. Yeah. I really want to sleep, but I can't sleep too much. I can wake up late tomorrow. By late, I mean 11 a.m., but that's not gonna make that much of a difference. So if I can go to bed at 3:30 tonight, 3:30 to 11, that's 7.5 hours. That's a good shit. So, yeah. And then I won't be able to really have a good night's sleep until Friday next week. So, yeah, but I do want to go to the gym on Friday. But yeah, I made an Instagram story where, okay, I forgot to mention this, but yesterday, my religion professor left a comment in my Brightspace after grading me. Gave me 100%, because if you did a thing, then you'll get 100% automatically. And that is, good work. Thank you for being a filial son and grandson, because my assignment is about, create a Confucius ritual, and one of the ritual I wrote is to call your grandparents. And then she said, by the way, I saw your short films, super weird. Keep up the good work. And I'm like, what? How did you see my short films? I've never given you a link or anything. Did you just look up my name on YouTube? I never gave you a link at all. Somehow she saw my short film. Plural. But keep up the good work. So I took a screenshot. I thought it's really funny. I took a screenshot and posted it on Instagram story with music playing in the back. And tons of people liked my story. It's crazy. Maisie and Vivian from yesterday and Jiayun liked it. So I don't know what the fuck is she up to. I want to hang out with her, but I genuinely don't know what the fuck is she up to. So, yeah. I don't know. But I've made plenty of solid arguments. It's raining again. I've made plenty of solid arguments on why I shouldn't pursue Jiayun. But then again, none of it is final. Never say never, am I right? But then also, sometimes do say never. So, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. That's it. Oh, fuck. Okay, time now is 9:01 p.m. Just came back home from Trader Joe's, bought a bunch of shit, my finger's hurting. I still don't know what to eat tonight. I bought a bunch of meat, like salmon and steak and shrimp, and I don't want to eat any of those. I don't really have an appetite for anything. And then in the fridge, what I have left is marinated chicken and marinated pork belly, and I also don't want to eat any of those. I don't know why. I just don't. I'm not that hungry right now, to be honest. The bowl of noodles I had for lunch was so big. But yeah, anyways, I don't have a lot else to say really. I really don't. I'm tired. And I don't even have vegetables. I just bought a bunch of vegetables and I still don't have enough. Like there's a mozzarella tomato mozzarella salad box. I could eat that, but there's lettuce, but they all turn into ice, and then that's it. And then I also have bok choy and gailan, but gailan is all turned into ice, and bok choy, like, I don't want to eat Chinese food tonight. I don't know. Yeah, I really don't know. I guess I'll be doing the chicken again, even though I had it 2 days ago. Why am I complaining? Back in March 3 years ago, I would eat whatever's in front of me. Now I'm complaining, oh, but I already had that dish 2 nights ago. I'm living a luxurious life now. It's like Minecraft. Like, once you farm a lot, once you kill a lot of animals and have like an animal farm and everything, you just have like endless bread and steak, and then you're just like, maybe I should switch it up, but it literally doesn't mean anything. Yeah, I'll have the chicken, for fuck's sake. I have chicken, ravioli, and then I'll have, a tomato mozzarella salad box. I want to refrain from eating that because I want to pair that up with, like, a sandwich. But, who cares? And then maybe I'll go to Ralph's sometime soon. Or maybe I'll buy some food on Wii as well. That would be smart, wouldn't it? Yeah. I shouldn't even eat vegetables tonight then. If I already had lettuce in the afternoon, like, I don't know, I'm overthinking things. I'm also really thirsty. I don't really have a lot else to say, honestly. Still pondering about, like, the whole give myself a present every day, once a day kind of thing. Like, tomorrow I have to go back to school again. It's almost like I never left. I'm always at school, somehow. Yesterday, the APCA shoot is at the USC Village. Today, I'm back at school filming. I'm always at USC. But yeah, tomorrow I'm back, and I don't know what kind of gift can I give myself, other than buying another cup of coffee and drawing. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. I truly don't. I don't know. I do not know. I do not know. I do not know. Yeah. I still want to hang out with Jiayun, even though I don't know, might as well. I have a feeling today I had a thought, and that is one of the reasons why everyone is the same person in USC and everyone's like nice and normal is because we're curated that way. Like when you apply to USC admits people who are nice and normal, or at least on the surface. Of course, the deeper you dig, you would eventually find people like Colin and Maisie and Anya who are more interesting than the usual persona. Yeah. But USC curates people and makes sure people are fun and nice and extroverted. So yeah. Yeah. I don't know, but I still want to hang out with Jiayun. Even though I don't think her road is worth going down. But I feel like, I'm like a pendulum. I keep swinging from side to side. The thing is, I still stand by my words that 2025 will be my year, and I will have to take a more active role. But like, at the same time, you need to be wise. What path to go down and what path to not go down. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for whatever tomorrow has to bring for the editing class, even though I have no hard drives or SD cards prepared. Yeah. I'm super excited to see Mulholland Drive on a big screen, honestly. Yeah. I am very excited. Yeah, I don't know. I get imposter syndrome when I look at other people, like Colin and Maisie and Anya. Them three are like the weirdest people I know. And then Matt is so cool, and other people, like even Jiayun and Katie and Christian R, and everyone is so talented and connected with people. But like, let's be honest here, I made 8 short films. There are film production people who's made less. There are film production sophomores who had never made a short film before. And I've made 8, and I'm not even in film production. Like, that's some insanity right there. If I do say so myself. But yeah, I'm excited for The World's Not Enough. I want to premiere it for Camps Fest. I hope it gets chosen. I hope it gets accepted into Camps Fest. Even if it doesn't get accepted into Yang Yi Chi, at least get accepted into Camps Fest, Yeah. I want to go to Cannes too. And I feel like if those two things happen, at least the first semester of 2025 would be like bingo. Would be a big bingo for me. Yeah.